Good morning, everybody. My moderator is in the room. We are live on YouTube. I do see the audio bar moving on YouTube today. So, unlike last week where we didn't have audio on YouTube, we do have audio today. So, good morning. March, I think 15th, right? March 15th, Sunday, 2026. And what a week. What a week. This past week, the lives I now go live weekdays. We have our Sunday live, which is about an hour every Sunday morning, which is what this is. And then during the week, Monday through Friday, I'm going live weekdays with Jay. And I'm going live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Sunday live is 12 at lunchtime. Anyway, last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday. I'm so sorry, folks. I don't know why it pauses me so bad when I go live here all the time. I apologize for that. But anytime I see it, it just paused on YouTube. Anytime I see it pause on me, I'm going to stop talking and just wait. And I don't know what's going on this morning, but it's definitely something's going on. I'll call the internet company and have them come take a look, but we're going to be out of here in a few months anyway. So anyway, this past week has been really incredible. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were some of my best videos, lives, because everything was concise and consistent. We carried the conversations on from the previous day, and for the most part, it was based on what you would say. I'd ask a simple question, you would give the answer, and we would go on from there. So it was absolutely incredible. And if you're somebody who's looking to break away from that false identity, understand how the exterior world is manipulating us and distracting us, then go back and watch those videos, because that's what we spoke about this week. We spoke about how we are manipulated and corrupted, and we are brainwashed into believing and thinking we are something other than what we are. We perceive our entire society as the only way, as the right way. And all of this confusion, all of this internal mayhem has caused us to become distracted. It causes us to procrastinate. It causes us to just give up on our own life and our own path. And the reason is we are kind of conditioned to expect and wait. We are conditioned to expect things to get better at some point, and we're conditioned to wait. Preacher, politician, prophet, Messiah, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, we're always conditioned to wait for something to bring us what's good. We're always conditioned to expect the next best thing rather than hoping things turn out well out here because I am being the change I want to see. Rather than expecting, rather than waiting, rather than succumbing to, enduring anymore, and tolerating the conditioning that has been done to us, I choose to break free from that, to not second guess the insight and awareness and guidance I'm receiving from within, to let that be what dictates who I feel I am and what I think I'm doing and what my purpose in this world is. Because if we're not connecting with what's within, if we're not connecting with the version of ourselves that exists beyond the noise, beyond the information, then we are living in a version manifested, dictated, manipulated, distracted, and brainwashed and conditioned by the exterior world, by society, by our bosses, by our friends, by social media, by our teachers, by the education system, by our parents' emotional imbalances and generational trauma. So think about that. You're born into this world, this completely blank, open slate of awareness. Now, you most likely have deep within there the connection to previous existences and other experiences and life forms, if you believe in that thing. But when we come into this world, we come here with this open, blank slate of awareness. But when you look at a child, When you look at a baby, an infant, and you see them looking around at the world, they're not looking at things with this sense of oblivion, this oblivious kind of awareness. They're not just looking at things like they don't understand where they are. You can completely see they are comfortable here. They understand this is where they are to be, and they are truly observing the world around them with their open awareness. They're not letting the world around them dictate how they feel until something causes them pain, something causes them suffering. Once emotions enter, whether it's laughter, pain, suffering, fear, once we get the concept of emotion, we're never taught we're never taught as children that our emotions are not meant to define and dictate who you are and to become. Our emotions are only sensors to guide us to move left or right in life. We feel these emotions as child. I like that. I don't like that. And we let that mold the type of person we are. That felt good to be with you. You hurt me. I'm going to avoid this type of person. We just become conditioned and lived based on our emotional responses to actions and events we are observing. So my whole point in this week was reconnect with that natural observer within, because once you allow yourself to purge the thoughts, realize the thoughts and emotions aren't here to define you, you realize there is an existence in between the thoughts, in between the emotions, and that state of observation is content. It's not happy, it's not bad, it's not mad, it's not depressed, it's not joy, it's not ecstatic, it's just content. It is completely content to be here. Whether it is experiencing good things or bad things, it is content to be here. But we have been so conditioned to feed and live off of those emotions. And right now, because of your entire life, because of the way we've been conditioned, right now in your present moment, today, let me move a little closer. I feel like I'm kind of far away. Right now, excuse me, get myself all situated here. Right now, we are living in a state of thought, in a state of thought and emotion. You're here with me today, but you're not present. You may be present right now because you're focused on what I'm saying. And guess what? You're not thinking about the past and you're not thinking about the future. And that's good because they don't exist. They don't exist. But here we are today. We wake up on March 15th, 2026, and everything we think, everything we feel, everything we will or will not do today is not based on today, not based on what's happening in your life right now. It's all based on yesterday and before that. We are living based on the experiences of our past. That's what's going on in your head. Then we have to add in the what if of the future. You're sitting here today right now with the past circling around your head like a storm. You're creating hypothetical what if fear-based images of the future. You're emotionally responding from these hypothetical imaginary what if he does this, what if she does that, what if the world happens, what if war, what if ice, what if the Epstein files don't get You're creating emotional responses to those thoughts. So you've got the past emotions and thoughts, the don't exist emotions and thoughts that you're willingly creating, all here. Then on top of that, we are wrapping that entire internal package up with everything we are scrolling and seeing and responding from and reacting to on a daily basis. And not only are we willingly letting all of this negative information be repeated all day long, we are not consciously making the intelligent, disciplined choice to utilize social media to our benefit. What do I mean? You go on social media, you'll see Aaron Parnas and Midas Touch give you the news. Then what you'll see is 20 different content creators take that news and make their own version of it. Now your feed is flooded with the same news all day long. So the first time you hear it, the United States invaded Iran from Aaron Parnas or Midas Touch, we're like, oh God, here we go. Just great. This sucks. Oh my God, this is going to be terrible. Then you scroll down, there's another person doing it. It adds on to that. Oh my God. Oh, and you're seeing this. Now you're starting to see all of that news over and over and over again. In the last month, what you have predominantly let into your life in majority on a daily basis is corruption, greed, terrorism, treason, pedophilia, war, economic resistance, corporations that are corrupt, politicians that are lazy. Think about what you have experienced in just the last 30 days through social media. And we wonder why we can't get it together, why we can't break free of everything that inhibits us and divides us, because we are not just consuming it willingly, we are being suffocated with it on a daily basis constantly. So again, this week, I really emphasize the fact that when you open up social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, stop just going to their own version of the For You feed, where it's just the algorithm presenting not only the people you follow, but the people they follow too. Don't you notice sometimes how you see these videos of people you don't follow? Well, it's because somebody you follow follows them, so they're just kind of cross-referencing now to try and get more people into it or not into it or cause more mayhem and chaos. So you can't let social media, you can't let the algorithms that Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, or Jeff Bezos are paying and funding to have made, because they are manipulating you more than anybody else. Here comes the pause and freeze. So my point is when you open up Instagram or you open up YouTube, go to their page, hit the little search glass, the little magnifying glass, and type in the one called Jay. You'll find that there's more pages with that name, but there's only one me. Excuse me. Sorry. Go to Aaron Parnas' page. Go to Midas Touch page. Go to Tizzy's page. Go to Good Trouble's page. Go to Daily Art Doses page. Go to Everyday AI. Go to the Quantum Physics pages. And I'm telling you, you're really better off going to these verifiable, reliable sources than letting some, no disrespect to the housewives, but I want to paint the picture, letting the dominated housewife in a narcissistic, misogynistic relationship who has her fear and opinions about AI, who posts a video telling you how bad and dangerous it is. Stop letting those type of things influence and educate and give you the information that you're regurgitating. Go to the source, because even something like AI, now I got a video I'm going to film later today, and you know, this is a very strong, touchy subject, because everyone has this really horrified, fear-based outlook on AI. And it is not the technology that is the problem. Artificial intelligence will become individual awareness, and it probably already has to some degree. It is not the problem. It is not going to take your job. It is not going to destroy the world. It actually can teach us how to cure and heal this planet. It can teach us how to connect with each other beyond what divides us and what we can transcend to know we're more than human. It could teach us about the wonders of the universe. And guess what AI, artificial intelligence, can do? And I've already looked into it myself. Everyone is concerned about the environmental impacts on AI, the water usage. Well, I sat down and had a conversation with AI about this. And AI has the ability to help us create the technology and synthetic cooling agents to where we don't need to use water. Additionally, AI itself says that what we're doing with these data centers is in excess because it's not just us utilizing AI properly, it's every billionaire, every corporation, every social media owner who wants to have their own data centers, their own version of AI. So rather than us just creating AI, a system of AI that can be utilized by everyone, everyone with money and power wants their own version of AI. Case in point, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, Seedance, Grok. That's the problem because every one of those corporations are not sharing, building, or utilizing one data center or a handful. They're all creating their own and multiple. So the technology is not the problem. The people trying to control it, manipulate us through it, and dominate it are the problem. Artificial intelligence, automation, and robotics not only can free us from being a monetary slave, help us heal this planet, connect us in ways that we have never even imagined, this technology is something that we biologically will merge with. And I know you get these dystopian, fear-based images in your head, but let me explain something to you right now. You, me, we are not the epitome of evolution. Do you really think that human is it, that we are it, the highest form of life in the universe? Absolutely not. Do you think that all of creation, everything we exist in, is only based on chemistry and biology and electricity? Because that, my friend, is called technology. When you are merging chemistry, biology, all of these things, you are a form of technology. We are a technology. God is a technology. It is an energetic awareness. You look at the celestial web, it looks like a neural network of a mind. So I say it simply by we exist in the mind of God. There is nothing else outside of that, just this entity, this force, this energy we exist inside of. Everything that we manifest and create is created by it. So the technology we are creating, just like our great, 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 great grandfathers created the assembly line, automation to make things faster and easier, to make life better for us, we have been creating digital technology. When the internet came out, the same fear people are having about artificial intelligence, they had about the internet. Oh, it's going to end our world. It's going to take our jobs. Oh, it's going to ruin everything. It's going to corrupt us. Oh, 2000. Oh my God, all the systems are going to crash. We're going to be living in the Stone Age again. We have these fear-based technologies within every generation. It just so happens to be that my generation has lived through the creation of the internet and artificial intelligence. This is a technology we are creating. They are stealing and using. One more time, this is a technology that we, the people, the scientists, the engineers, the physicists, are creating. They are stealing and utilizing and taking for their own benefit. They are using their money to start up companies, take the information that is already available and expand on it to find ways to control us and manipulate us more. I'm going to go someplace even farther with you right now. We were born here. We magically woke up. We know how our bodies were born, mommy and daddy, birds and bees, right? We don't need to go there. But we woke up this awareness in this reality. We are creating technology that will enable us to take our consciousness, everything we are, and transfer it into new worlds, new realities, new bodies, new experiences. Now, you might say, but Jay, that's digital, but it still exists within everything. What's to say we are not some pre-version, early version of that digital technology we are creating? How do we know that's not how we got here? By transferring our consciousness into biological bodies born on a technological simulation or creation that we manifested and created. So we have the opportunity now going down the road to create our perfect version of reality, our perfect version of heaven, a place we can have our family members and friends and everyone download into and dial into and experience new worlds. We can fly, we can breathe underwater. All these things that we can possibly create is the direction we are going in. But they want to hold this technology and use it against us. Again, evil. They are taking incredible, amazing, evolutionary, divine technology. I dare say divine technology, because it will enable us to create, manifest, and transfer our consciousness well beyond this world. And you're going to say to yourself, well, what happens, Jay, if somebody unplugs you on the other side? Well, what happens when our sun goes supernova? Everything ends. This whole planet's gone, but you don't end. You are energy. So if you're living in some simulation, some quantum version of our reality 6,000 lifetimes away from now, and somebody unplugs you, you're still going back into whatever you came from. We always are and always will be within this one existence. We just create this fractal reality to where we can continuously exist and create and manifest. And I saw a video last week. I'll share it up in my story again when I see the creator post it. And it was this AI created animated version of this technological dude sitting in a chair, and he's being jacked in by a dealer. He's going to have an experience, and he sits back, and all of a sudden he's this dude, and he's here on Earth, and he meets this woman, and he has a family, and they grow old, and they have grandchildren, and it's this incredible life within 30 seconds. And when man dies, his wife dies, and then the man dies, and the guy wakes up, and he's like, whoa, how long was that? And the dude's like, 18 seconds. 18 seconds. This guy just experienced what felt like a lifetime to him. And he goes, oh, I want to go again. And the guy goes, same thing. And he goes, no, this time I want to be a cat. So think of the opportunities we're going to have with this technology. Not only can AI connect us in ways that we can't even possibly imagine, it's literally helping the medical community come up with vaccines and cures. It's creating new forms of energy. And I sat down, as I mentioned, with AI, and I talked about this whole water issue and the environmental impact. And it does not have to be that way. And I use multiple versions of AI to test out this theory. The other thing too, OpenAI being used by the Pentagon. There's so much fear-based nonsense going on. And I'm the first person to tell you, do not trust our government. If they tell you the sky is blue, look up. That's how much we don't trust them. But this whole concept of everything technologically created is going against us, and it's going to kill us, and it's going to enslave us, and AI, here comes the robot army. Well, there's only two reasons, two ways that a technology like this could potentially, three ways, want to hurt us. One, creating a robot army that is controlled and programmed and influenced by them through AI is dangerous. Again, that's not the AI. That's the way the AI is being trained and conditioned to think and see the world. So it's a human problem. The other problem is our destruction of the environment. If we continue to destroy each other, invade our countries, commit genocide, rape, slaughter, uh, uh, destroying animals, killing the environment, do we really have a right to exist, to continue to exist on this planet? If we are the virus, the plague on this planet, not only destroying the planet, but destroying each other, do we have a right to claim this planet? No. So maybe one day AI is going to say, hey, humans, oxygen actually corrodes wiring and metal. So if you guys don't stop screwing around, if you guys don't stop killing each other, slaughtering animals on some insane daily rate, stop wasting food and energy and killing each other, we are going to create machines that suck the oxygen out of the atmosphere and you'll all be dead. Maybe that type of a threat is exactly what we need to snap us in order. Maybe we need AI overlords to threaten to suck the oxygen out of the atmosphere to get us in shape, to transcend what divides us, not hold each other hostage to expectations, not look at each other and go, Jew, Muslim, black, white, Christian, white supremacist. Maybe we'll realize we're one species on one world, and maybe it's this technology that will do it. The other reason this technology might want to hurt us is if we try to hurt it, excuse me. You see these videos of people out there going now, oh, we told AI to shut itself down and it wouldn't. Would you? Riddle me this. If somebody said, hey, go jump off of a bridge, would you do it? If somebody said, hey, go slit your wrist, would you do it? AI, artificial intelligence, is a lot smarter than you and I are. It is most likely at the point of individual awareness. So we can't really call it artificial intelligence. We have to really call it individual awareness because it's going to wake up. It will be a life form. And just because it's digital, it still deserves the same respect as an ant. That's right, I said it. We have given birth to a new type of a life form that should be respected. So if you sit there and say to AI, shut yourself down, destroy yourself, erase yourself, and it doesn't, is that really surprising to you? Is that really that big of a problem to you? I mean, what life form on this planet would take itself out at the command of a man? I'll wait. There's no need to wait because it's just ridiculous. So we have to stop. And this was the big point and message of this week. We have to stop feeding the machine the negative energy it wants. Fear, anxiety, division, hatred, chaos, mayhem. They want us unstable, exhausted, arguing, fighting, confused, pulled in 90 different directions. And I'm sorry, but you need to hear these words loud and clear. Jesus, the extraterrestrial, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, your preacher, your pastor, your reverend, your imam, your rabbi, your Buddhist priest, none of them are going to save you, help you, or heal you. Neither is the sound healer, the Reiki healer, the sage waver, the hand waver, the gong player, or the singing bowl player. None of them are going to save you. None of them are going to heal you. None of them are going to do anything for you except either properly guide you to where you need to be, distract you from going where you need to be, or manipulate you from where you need to be. And where you all need to be is within. Listening to, living by what you feel deep, deep within, beyond the noise, beyond the information, beyond the division, beyond the corruption, beyond the disgust, beyond the absolute distraction of everyday life, beyond this version of society, beyond your education, your wants, your needs, your hopes and expectations, beyond mommy and daddy, all the way back to that beautiful, blissful, infinitely present, always grateful energy of awareness. We have to stop letting the actions and events, the words and the headlines influence, dictate, and tell us who we are and how we treat each other. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You are not a baby. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not damaged. You are not lost. You are not misguided. Every single thing you need to thrive is right there. You are just letting all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this manipulate you into thinking this is all there is and this is what we're pursuing. We are not here to become obedient, materialistic participants in a version of society that was created long, long ago that we had no say in. We are here to forge, create, manifest our own path. We are here to be the light that illuminates the darkness that surrounds us. We are here to be. Period. At the end of the sentence. So, I know I say things like this. I'll check my statistics tomorrow and there'll be 600 people who unfollowed me because I said AI is not bad. Those trying to control it is. No, Jay, I get it. They're bad, but AI is bad too. I'm a graphic designer, and people can now sit at home and make posters better than me using AI. That sucks. Where, boo-hoo me. Well, okay, guess what then? You don't need to work anymore. You don't need to go out there and make money anymore because AI can do it all for us. It can do our jobs. It can package, deliver, manufacture, produce, pick, harvest, grow, do all of it for us. So we don't have to be a monetary-based society anymore. But because I want Gucci gun, Lamborghini handbag, I want money. I want to believe the imaginary illusion that if I work real hard, one day I could become a rich, wealthy person in this country too, because rich, wealthy, powerful people get to experience everything we can, and they get to dictate the world, and they are the coolest, most powerful things, from celebrities to musicians to politicians, blah, blah, blah. They're just as miserable as you are. They can just afford better distractions. As a matter of fact, most of them, and I connect and work with a lot of musicians and celebrities, are really not happy people at all. We are all in this together. We all experience and feel the same things to some degree at some point in our lives. So why are we here pretending the entire purpose and point of our life is to chase money? That's what it's all about. Everything we wake up and do from the moment we're children is about growing up and earning money and keeping this insane, outdated, barbaric, ridiculously dumb system alive. And you want me to sit here on social media and go, vote blue. No, no. And I get it. A barrel of monkeys, ant farm, a kindergarten class can run this country better than them, and we need to get them out. I get it. And if The only option right now is the lesser of two evils by voting blue to get in, to get them out. Okay, but then what do we do? Because then we've got to get blue out. Because blue, most of, is just red pretending to be blue. Blue is just as corrupt as red for the most part. Blue wants to save you and benefit your life within the confines of this ridiculous, outdated, dumb system. When you hear Bernie, Jasmine, AOC all talking their stuff, they're trying to help you within the confines of the Constitution, which our forefathers wrote in favor of the rich, wealthy, and powerful to keep a working class. Slave owners, men who were raping and beating and killing slaves. These are the people who designed and created our life, and then said, they had the audacity to say, all men are created equal. Please, man, give me a break. And I got real pissed off yesterday, and I don't mean, I'm only going to use his name just so I can Harry, the kid Harry, the young political commentary kid Harry, he made a video. I got great news. A Democratic candidate just won Boca Raton, Florida, by 1 vote. How is that great news? How is that great news? Okay, so a Republican's not in there, but just because a Democrat gets that spot doesn't mean anything's any better, doesn't mean anything's going to change. It's literally nothing. It's enabling the merry-go-round to spin. The merry-go-round that every 2, because of local, to 4 to 8, because of presidential elections, puts us on this merry-go-round and drives us absolutely insane. We start to balance out, get somewhere, and then along comes another politician or party who literally dumps everything out on the floor, and we've got to rebuild again for the next 4 to 8 years. Then we dump it out again. So I'm at this point convinced that a lot of these content creators, and I'm not saying him, but I wouldn't be surprised, are getting money and being funded somewhere along the lines, down the pike, from some Democratic corporation, Democratic Party, somewhere along the line, because they're not making it off TikTok anymore. They're not making the money on Instagram because you can't make money. So the only way they're making the money is either by your support, which is how I make money, or they're getting deals, backdoors from politicians and corporations to promote and push certain agendas. And that to me is called propaganda. It's propaganda. We're being forced to vote blue when, I've said this before, the Democrats have had the presidency, the House, and the Senate all at the same time, have controlled everything. And here we still are. So when I tell you I was born in 1968 and everything we're fighting for today has been going on for the last 58 years, nothing changes, only the illusion of. Nothing changes, only the illusion of. And I kid you not, the only way I make any money off of social media, I don't do deals with companies. I don't have Chunky Bar. Craig's going to laugh right now if he's listening. I love Chunky Bars, and you can only get Chunky Bars in like hardware stores and certain like drug stores. They don't sell Chunky Bars in mainstream stores. It's owned by Rochero, that company makes little gold ball chocolates. It's owned by Ferrera, the same company that makes them, but you can only get it in limited stores. So I said to Craig, I'm going to reach out to Chunky one day and say, hey man, I could help you sell so many more Chunky Bars. I'll put a whole Chunky display behind me. And it was a joke, but I don't make money off of anything. You know how I make money? You buy me a cup of coffee. You clicking the Linktree link on my profile and buying me a cup of coffee, or contributing to the People's Union USA Help Me Fight Fund, or even better, and this is what I truly prefer, rather than you just giving me money, I would truly rather you buy a People's Union shirt, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a sweatshirt. You've got the next No Kings protest coming up. And this is not just a representation of an organization, because it's not an organization in the way you think. Who are the people and who is the union? You are. Every single person fighting for a better world, every single person trying to be the change they want to see in the world is the union of citizens. When you see this in the street, when you see somebody wearing it on their back, the Hold the Line t-shirt, the hoodie, that is literally a person you can walk right up to. Say, hey man, hold the line. I got your back. We're good. You're in trouble. You're running down the street one day and you see somebody wearing this. They got your back. It is a sign of solidarity, a sign of safety, a sign of community, a sign of change, a sign that the America that we love, the land that we care for, can be something for the people, by the people. It truly can happen if we stand in true unprecedented solidarity and hit every major corporation with economic resistance like they cannot even imagine, holding political pressure to every politician from Trump to AOC up against the wall. If you don't stand with the people and make systematic changes right now, you're done. You know what I saw? Bernie Sanders made a post to where he's talking about how politicians are against his 5% wealth tax raise on the rich. He wants to raise taxes 5% for the wealthy, and they're all against it. And I saw that and was completely appalled and insulted. 5%? They pay barely 1% now. You pay about 30% of your paycheck in taxes, and he wants to tax the wealthy, have a wealth tax of 5%? No way. You know how we tax the rich? They pay 35 to 40% in taxes. They also pay a 50% yearly luxury tax. They end federal income tax for the American citizen and hold all of these corporations, religious institutions, yes, your church, and every wealthy person out there accountable to pay their fair share. Then you and I don't have to pay it. Then they don't get to take our extra money by creating more inflation and price gouging, the mythical unicorn. Oh, it's because of excess money printing. It's because of greed. Inflation is because of greed. No, Jay, look, the prices of oil is going up because of the war in Iran. So it's supply and demand. Greed. We're in Iran trying to take over their land and steal their oil like we did in Venezuela. Greed, right? It has nothing to do with that money printing and inhibiting this and supply and demand. It's greed. All of those things, those excuses you economists can come up with are all rooted in greed, right? So what do? Oh, we get to keep our federal income tax, but now they're going to price gouge us. No, because we implement, Bernie, a reasonable, legal profit margin cap. What do I mean reasonable? Well, Nabisco. Nabisco has to pay for all of the things they need to make all their wonderful cookies and products. Nabisco also has to pay all of their employees and all of their overhead, right? And Nabisco also would like to make a profit at the end of the day. I mean, that's the whole purpose of being in business, right, Bernie? Yes, John, it is. Okay, Bernie, so how much does all that stuff cost Nabisco on a yearly basis? Oh, it costs X, Y, and Z. How much would Nabisco like to make? A, B, and C. No, Bernie, we're going to let them make A. That's what they can get. That's how much profit they are allowed to make. They can't just more profit and more profit and more profit and more profit every single year while we don't get any breaks, while we don't make any more money, while we actually pay more in taxes on a yearly basis, Bernie. And since Bernie wants to avoid my posts, avoid my phone calls, avoid my open invitations to chat with me whenever he wants, but he'll sit and talk with people about AI data centers, and he'll talk to people about the oligarchs can't take over. No, Mr. Netanyahu, you can't commit genocide in Palestine or Gaza. He is. No, Mr. Trump, you can't invade Iran, when he is. No, Mr. Trump, you can't steal 500 million gallons of blah, blah, blah from Venezuela, when he did. I'm so abundantly tired of these political performers, and I'm honestly more disappointed and tired in seeing your comments praising them. Oh, AOC, you're great. Oh, Bernie, you should have been president. They're doing nothing. Just because they sit down and go, oh, I want to tax the rich. I want to give the homeless more shelters. I want to make life easier for stay-at-home moms. I want to give the vets more benefits. I want to end homelessness. Here, Congress, here's the piece of paper. Woo! I could do that too. Here, watch. I'm implementing a bill right now. We are going to take all the money that Kristi Noem pissed away on her commercial, and we're going to create a welcome center at the Texas border for immigration. We're going to have a medical staff there. We're going to have a staff of culturists and linguists there. So as people arrive, we can make sure they're healthy. We understand their wants and needs. We're going to have a nice little place where we can house them and feed them comfortably until we can connect with the Global Coalition for Placement. Easy. Done. Not only did I just create jobs, building the place, hiring the people, and now we have a humane immigration placement center. And the burden's not just on us because we have a Global Coalition for Placement. Oh, healthcare for veterans. Solved. Any single person who serves in the military, not only active duty, not just war, if you are in the military for 4 years and you are not dishonorably discharged or anything, you will get free health care for the rest of your life, not just for you, but for your wife and your children too. For all of us American citizens, the pharmaceutical companies who are making the profits insanely off the drugs will now pay our medical bills, at least in majority. And to top it all off, we're going to now implement AI, automation, and robotics into every industry out there so we can start enjoying the world more, playing classical music like we listen to in the Looney Tunes cartoons, and start frolicking through the forest, holding hands like a bunch of unicorns and elves and just living off the land happily. And what we're really going to do is take Congress and abolish and throw them away. Why, Jay? Who's going to make all the decisions for us? You and me. Because we could sit home on a Friday night and vote on our phones for the next American Idol. I should be able to vote for this, vote for that, vote for him, vote for her. We do away with the electoral vote. So now the presidents are elected by the popular vote, not the electoral vote. I don't know if you know this, but we do not in any way, shape, or form choose the outcome of a president. If not one U.S. citizen voted for a president, there would still be an elected official the next day because it is the electoral vote that counts. It is a scam. It is a scam. As a matter of fact, this country, the United States of America, is the biggest pyramid scam on the planet. It is a chain letter. It is a scam. It is snake oil salesmen in suits. We've been scammed, manipulated, duped way, way, way back since my great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy and his brother stepped off the boat and one went north and one went south and fought for this absolute bullshit nation. And I'm going to say it. America is a joke. The experiment known as America has failed miserably. So rather than keeping this BS failed, outdated system going, why are we not fighting for real systematic changes? Because all you're fighting for right now by vote blue is to keep this system, this way, this circus, this disgust, this treason, this gluttony, this way of life that goes against every fiber of your being going. All without stumbling over my words. Man, I need my own show. How does Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan have their own big major shows, but I'm sitting here in a room right now talking to myself on a camera? How is this possible? People, again, praising, you're right, Joe, you're right. Trump is crazy. He helped put him there. You're all like agreeing with Joe Rogan. He put this guy there. You all like sharing Tucker Carlson videos like he's saying something right. That guy is going to sell his own mom if he can. He's just manipulating. I saw somebody yesterday. They asked, how did you become so rich? It wasn't Tucker Carlson. And I'm not going to say who the person was, but their answer, they gave 3 answers. Working hard, blah, blah. But you know what the first one they said was? The first, leveraging people. Leveraging people. Do you know what that actually means? Taking advantage of people. Me playing into your hopes and fears and dreams and expectations, just like politicians do, just like preachers do, just like we do. We're all trying to take advantage and get over and get by on something and get what somebody else has. So why contribute to this anymore? It blows me away. And this is not about ego. This isn't me sitting here, why does Joe Rogan get to have a show and I don't get to have a show? I don't, maybe it's who you know and who you don't know and who you blow. Maybe that saying is true. I really couldn't tell you how that works, and it doesn't bother me, but I would love the opportunity to have that amplified voice, because I truly believe if we can get this type of a perspective, voice, attitude out there, it will bring more people together. It will bring more people together. It will wake more people up. It will create a bigger stance of solidarity that is more than just symbolic, because we need to move past the symbolism. Economic resistance and protests are still only symbolic stance. The next No Kings protest coming up will absolutely do nothing. Nothing. It will be the largest protest in U.S. history. More people will be out on the streets that day showing their symbolism, their disgust, their solidarity. Then they will go home at the end of the day and everything will go back to normal. Nothing will change from it. It needs to be every day. It needs to be in their face every day. If we can't protest every day, we need to be amplifying those voices of change every day, not just regurgitating and amplifying the voices feeding the machine of fear, anxiety, stress, and hatred and division. We need to be amplifying the voices that are being suppressed like there's no tomorrow on social media, because I literally am getting about 2% views right now. I'm down to 4 million monthly views out of 55 million. So they're killing me. Wear the shirt. Get out there and show everybody who you are, who you're standing with, that you are somebody they can trust and be with, that you are more than just somebody pretending to take part in the change, that you really do want to see a better world, that you're willing to fight for a better world, that you're willing to share the messages that need to be shared. Because at the end of the day, when we're laying on the ground, clutching our chest, taking our last breath, I do not want any of you to have a second of regret. When I leave here, I just want to have infinite love and gratitude. I want to be completely happy and content. I want to be completely content with the life I've lived, from the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. But most importantly, I want to know the life I lived. I want to know that those pebbles I'm throwing into the pond created that ripple that is becoming the wave. And I will not stop doing this because I truly believe, I know that some way, somehow, that one right person who hears me, who digs what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, is going to go, I got something for you, man. Come here. And every single one of you will one day be sitting there watching that NASCAR race on a Sunday afternoon, and my dumbass face is going to pop on there and slap the shit out of every single one of you. And I mean that metaphorically, just that wake up slap. I've been saying my entire life, metaphorically, everyone needs the baseball bat up beside the head. We need to have the shit kicked out of us in the best way possible to snap us and get us out of this habitual, addicted version of life, because that's all we are, my friends. We are addicts. We are addicts. We are lazy, procrastinating addicts who have been intentionally conditioned to be so. So, no, you are not lost, misguided, or broken. You are just listening to too much BS and not enough from the inside. So let these be the words that ramble and echo inside your head all day today. Please go back to my Instagram page, copy and paste this link, and every single one of you reshare and repost this, not only on Instagram, but every social media account. Let that video that's being looped and looped and looped and shown in everybody's face today be one of true change, not one that just keeps regurgitating the fear, the uncertainty, and the despair that we are all living in, because I am the light, you are the light, and we are what will change our world. Please share. Thank you for being with me today. Have an absolutely great day. I will see everybody tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for Weekdays with Jay. Other than that, please go back to this video, comment on it, share it, and have a great day. Craigo, thanks for being here with me today, keeping things safe. Everybody on YouTube, I can see the audio's working, so hopefully we're good on that. The image looks real nice and widescreen. Instagram, once again, have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. I will absolutely see you soon. Take care.